I stuck around because my wife said she loves me, turns out she. Part 1. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. I am 44, moved to a new state before my senior year in high school. I met my wife, F44, a few weeks after school started. She was my first girlfriend and still my only kiss/sexual partner/relationship, etc. Within a few months I was in love. It took her longer to fall in love, but I wasn't too worried. We dated for 8 years but knew we'd marry after 2 years or so. We met when we were 17, so we wanted to be older and more mature when we got married. We were married 18 years and together for over 26. We had a successful business and were able to move around the country as our business was home-based. My wife helped me, but she was mostly living off my work. I didn't mind, I was raised that the man should be the breadwinner. We had the normal ups and downs. Then in 2015 her mom got cancer and died the next year. Her dad died 9 months later. Our business failed in late 2019 and we filed for bankruptcy in early 2020. I was pretty depressed through all of this. I was in IC for many years. The one thing I thought was good in my life was my marriage. But with our business not doing well, my wife got a job to help us. It was at a large retail store. She was promoted up to manager. I gained 100 pounds over the course of a few years. So now I am overweight, lost my business and at the lowest point of my life. When COVID ramped up and the lockdowns hit, I was pretty much a shut-in due to having asthma and being worried. My wife worked through all of this. She started working late and on her days off she would go to Target and shop a lot, which during lockdown should have been a red flag. One Sunday morning she woke me up at 6 a.m. and said she was going to the park to walk because her legs were restless. Kind of weird, but I would walk on our treadmill in the middle of the night at times due to RLS. So no big deal. She gets home, we eat breakfast, she showers, etc. Then as I am in the office on my computer, she walks in naked, turns around showing me her full body and then goes to the bedroom. I follow, as we had a very active sex life. She wants me to please her orally but I notice a weird smell, sex basically, so I don't proceed. I leave the room thinking it was from her walking at the park. At this point her cheating on me is so far from my thinking I wasn't alarmed. But something is stirring in my head. The next day I looked at her browsing history and she was on the Facebook page of 2 guys that I know don't work at her store. I get concerned as she doesn't have male friends that aren't coworkers. Another day goes by and my mind is still wondering. My D-Day was July 22, 2020 at 3 a.m. I wake up and think I should grab her phone and look. I lay in bed for a while debating if I should even get up because I am tired. Finally I grab her phone, not knowing what to look for. Almost instantly I saw a Snapchat, which I didn't know she had. She has 3 friends, all male. 2 that she was looking at on FB and a guy she works with. She never admits to anything with the guy from work, but I don't believe her. She wakes up and asks if I am okay. I ask if she is cheating on me, she says no. We talk for a few hours and I find out I can download her Snapchat history, so I lock myself in a bedroom and proceed in doing so. She begs me not to, saying it's bad, and admits to cheating on me. Boom. My entire life is blown to pieces. The feeling of pain can only be understood by those of us who have been betrayed. I feel she abandoned me at my lowest when I needed her the most. She denies this, but facts are facts. She throws it in my face that she is supporting us. I guess she forgot the first 16 years of our marriage when she didn't have to work and could shop all the time. Oh yeah, she now says she's not materialistic. Again, that's news to me as she loves to shop. You know how they say they cheat down? Well, these guys are both broke losers. One even borrowed money from my wife, more on that later, and the other lives in a crappy trailer owned by a relative because his credit is so poor he can't rent on his own and has gotten over 10 DUIs. I message both guys on Facebook, telling them they are pieces of shit and informing each about the other guy. Funny how they were upset she was cheating on me with more than just them. One never replies. The one who stole the money now wants to fight me. I find out later he is obsessed with fighting me and keeps telling my wife he wants to fight. She slowly admits to things. But it's a trickle of truth. I ask about protection. She says of course, that's what people do now. She makes it seem like she didn't do much, it wasn't special, just sex but nothing like with me. On D-Day I asked her to message each guy saying it's over. My husband knows and it takes her 7 hours to send the messages, meanwhile I am begging her to send them. Later I asked her 8 questions about things they did. She admits to only 2 of them. We get tested for STDs, luckily we have none. I remember a few weeks before I found out, she wanted me to please her and I noticed something down there. I make a face and she jumps up and runs to the bathroom, says it was a discharge. I am not alarmed, but now I am so grossed out. Luckily I stopped, but the abuse to ask me to do that after having sex with someone else? So I know she did this twice now, and since I would do this to her a lot, I am sure I did this after she had sex and just didn't notice. Disgusting. Did that excite her? She has so little respect for me that she would ask me for that knowing full well I am oblivious. Or was it something she talked to them about? Like they all get off on me doing that? Her excuses were, I didn't love her anymore. Not true, obviously. She never had her wild college years. We didn't make each other happy anymore. News to me, and she never once talked to me about this. Her siblings were promiscuous. She was addicted to the attention. COVID caused it, and many more I can't remember, thankfully. The next few weeks are a lot of pain, her saying sorry and that she never wanted to leave me. She says she didn't think about it, she just did it. That hurt. She didn't think about ruining our marriage, destroying me. No, she just screwed both of the guys. One of the guys liked to talk about her marriage. He said, I bet your husband is cheating on you. She replies, my husband would never cheat on me. Ironic, but now I see it's narcissism. He asks, what would your husband do if he knew? She says he would kill himself. She tells me this and I get upset. She then says it was a joke. That's not better, it's probably worse. She is joking about my suicide with a guy she is banging. She says my husband will never divorce me. After 2 weeks I do decide to kill myself. I have been suicidal the past several years due to my depression. I was in IC for this. I write a note, take a picture and text it to her. She calls the cops, they find me, handcuff me and take me to the hospital. I am released. Over the next few months I attempt to kill myself often. I googled how to do it. I always stop myself. Now I am glad I did. There is life after this. Turns out she did not cut contact with either guy. Luckily one guy says best of luck, and as far as I know they do not have contact. The other guy, she is in constant contact with, because she loaned him money and wants it back. I say let the money go. She says she can't. I say it's more than money. She denies. She doesn't know, but I have her Facebook password and am reading her messages to the money guy. He blocks her, but she remembers she has his phone number and texts him from work. They fight and finally he asks to fuck her again and she says maybe. I learn this because she brags to a friend on FB Messenger and I read it. I immediately ask her if she is looking to fuck him again and she says no. I tell her I saw her phone, so she doesn't know I have her FB password, and she admits. I punched a hole through the bedroom door. She gives him until Friday to pay her back. Finally, after 6 weeks he says he will not pay her back. She snaps out of her fog. Says she feels free. It's at this point looking back I should have left, probably on D-Day, but when your world collapses out of the blue it's hard to just leave. We fought a lot the next 8 months. I keep finding more and more evidence and can't stop looking. She will only admit to what I prove, which keeps growing. She says all the right things, but I cannot accept what she does, but deep down I know I can't live without her. We start MC. I can't take it because we have to talk about what she did, the physical stuff. We stop MC. A month later I found her diary. Yes, she kept a diary with the dates, which guy, what they did and how much she liked it. Remember the 8 questions I asked about what they did? She lied about all 8. No surprise really. Of course protection was never used, her diary confirms this. One guy did drugs with her in the apartment, she didn't seem to think this was a big deal. She was drinking at night after I went to bed, even though neither of us drank. There are more to come. Find out the update of this story, check our channel or the description. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.